Now I'm going to ask you another question. Does Allah see?
Yeah.
Okay, do we see?
Right. Yeah.
Allah sees, we see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now,
but I don't
are
believe
we
He sees with
comparing Allah
eyes.
to us? Say that again.
But I don't believe Allah sees with eyes.
Let's come to that in a second. My point is that
Okay.
Allah sees, yes or no?
Yes.
Do we see?
Yes.
Okay, are we comparing Allah to ourselves by affirming that Allah sees?
No.
Why?
Because ours is different than Allah's.
Beautiful. Okay, good. Now my question is that does Allah have knowledge?
Yes.
Allah. Okay, do we have knowledge?
Of course.
Are we comparing Allah to ourselves by saying Allah has knowledge?
No.
Beautiful. Okay, and you see how I can do this with every characteristic of Allah?
Right. But my whole thing is when you're doing it with every characteristic, like the sight, the knowledge, the life, these things don't go against the contingency argument. The hand does.
No, how does the hand go against the contingency?
Because the contingency argument is saying that Allah is independent of all things, which means He is, because space and time are both two elements that are interdependent. Allah has to existed. Allah has to have been the cause of those two things, the creator of those two things. Allah created space and time.
How does saying Allah has a hand mean that He's not dependent on His hand?
Because what?
He's dependent on His hand.
Because what are we defining as a hand?
Is Allah dependent on His life?
No, but what are we? That's not contradictory. Allah is He's automatically alive. Allah exists. He existed before creation.
You said the contingency argument necessitates that Allah can't be dependent on anything, right? And I agree.
Right, Allah's not dependent on anything.
Okay, but you affirm life for Allah.
Right.
Is Allah dependent on His life?
No.
So then why is it that you say He's not dependent on His life, but you say that but you can't see that He's not dependent on His hand?
Because when you say life, what do you mean? Because what I mean when I say life is Allah created us. He gave us life.
I know.
So I can breathe. What we define as life is one thing.
So
what we define for Allah's life is something else.
The reason why you can't say Allah is dependent on His life is because Allah's life is not external to Him. It's who He is.
Right.
The same way Allah's hand is not external to Him. It's who He is. His hand is Him. It's His essence. You see?
But you see, when you say Allah has a hand,
that
you're putting something physical on Allah.
No, why am I putting something physical on Allah?
Because there's no other way to understand it. Exactly.
I'm telling you, Allah.
So there's no other way to understand it except to say something physical.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Right. Allah says, Allah uses the word hand.
That's not true, because for you to say there's no other way to understand it except something physical means that you've encompassed all the possibilities it could be.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying that we can't understand when we're saying Allah has a hand and you're saying it's a literal hand. What are we saying that is?
It's something He does something with.
And it's not physical.
Let me ask you a question. Can you okay, let me give you an analogy there, yeah? Okay, no, let me not go into analogies. Let me ask you a question. Then what does hand mean? If it doesn't mean, what does it mean then?
I don't know what it means. Scholars have explained it. They've given their interpretations of it. I don't know personally.
Okay, I'll tell you the interpretations that Ash'ari give. They say it means either ability or it means favor.
Okay.
And both of those meanings don't make sense because Allah said He has two hands. So if you say that hand means ability, you're saying
right. Allah's saying He has two hands. Allah's saying He has hands so that people can relate it to what they know, not because it's the actual thing of Allah. Because saying Allah has two hands.
He's saying He has two of them. You accept that? Whatever hand means.
Okay. Allah says He has two of them. Two of what?
Okay, that's my point. So we're saying it's two hands because Allah told us it's two hands.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm saying that if I don't say it's physical, right? I say it's not physical. I say it's not literal. It's not literally two hands. So what are the two hands according to you?
It's two literal hands. It's
two literal hands.
It's not like,
So when you put a number on it, does that not make it physical?
No. I mean,
why not?
Numbers are not physical in the first place. Numbers are concepts.
But they represent something physical. If I said I have two gumballs, it means there's two physical gumballs there.
Look at the difference between me and you.
Yeah.
Every description I use for Allah, I bring a verse for it. You're using the term physical. Do you have an evidence for that? I don't have an evidence for the word physical. I'm not going to use the word physical to describe Allah, nor am I going to negate it from Allah because I don't have an evidence. I don't have an evidence.
So guys, time out. It seems like they just finished